Hello, and thank you for participating in our online annual discipline-specific activity. For those of you that I've not met, I'm Kaylee Malsey, the Associate Dean of School Partnerships here at Penn Highlands Community College. While I have communicated with all of you in some form or another, it is my pleasure to work with each one of you. As many of you know, we typically hold an in-person event each fall, allowing you to work face-to-face with the college faculty and our college faculty liaisons to talk about many topics, including course content, delivery methods, assessment, or research and development in the field. This event is a requirement of our NACEP accreditation. While it saddens us that this year we were unable to hold an in-person event due to the COVID-19 pandemic, our liaisons have worked hard to provide an opportunity for us to still meet the requirements in some face-to-face format. In the fall, faculty liaisons held live Zoom meetings with ACE faculty. We understand that not everybody was able to attend these meetings at the specific time, but the meetings were all recorded and have been uploaded for you to complete and view at your leisure. Supporting documents from all of these meetings are also included on the training pages. We appreciate your time in completing the annual discipline-specific activity. There is a short survey that we are asking you to complete once you have completed the training. If you have any questions regarding this training or other requirements, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. You can email me at kmalsey@pennhighlands.edu or give me a call at 814-262-3859. Thank you again for your dedication to the students and your participation in the ACE program. Thank you.
Hi, this is Rick Bukoski, your ACE liaison from Pennsylvania Highlands Community College for Communications, public speaking specifically. And this is a recap of the ACE annual discipline meeting we held on Thursday, November the 12th. If you were unable to attend, we prepared this video so you can kind of get a handle on what was discussed. We had a great meeting, basically divided into just a couple of main points. We did a review of assessment. Secondly, we wanted to give you an opportunity to learn about some new science in the field. So that was a study out of Penn State, Alexa as Coach study. We had a good discussion of public speaking as an online focus for all of you who are changing your in-class public speaking to online public speaking, and then an opportunity, of course, for questions. So let's get started in this review. First, it's very important for us to always talk about the issue of assessment. Why do we bother with assessment? Well, the best classroom assessments serve as meaningful sources of information for faculty by helping identify what was taught well and what we need further development with. When classroom assessments become an integral part of the instructional process and a central ingredient in efforts to help our students learn, well, the benefits of assessments for both the students and the teachers are unlimited. Good assessments will, number one, provide important data underlying areas of unsatisfactory student performance. Number two, it will provide feedback for course changes that'll target problem areas. And number three, it will lead to improvements at the course and the program levels. Now, of course, you know, we are associated with the National Alliance of Concurrent Enrollment Partnerships, and it is part of our accreditation process that we are required to provide data to middle states and to that organization, NACEP, to demonstrate that students are learning what we say they are learning in our classes. So for this reason, and to improve teaching and learning, all Pennsylvania Highlands faculty are asked to participate in this assessment process. Our assessment process really is quite easy. The expected learning outcomes for this particular course of public speaking is what we review. We say after successfully completing this course, students should be able to, number one, research, prepare, and deliver 3 types of speeches: to inform, to persuade, and to entertain, varying time limits for each variety of speech. And the student will prepare a speech in the format of the complete sentence outline with an accuracy rate of 70% as measured by a rubric. We have a rubric you can use, or we ask you to do your own rubric. You have freedom when it comes to doing an information speech, a persuasion speech, and something that would qualify as an entertainment speech, as long as you've got some varying time limits and you mix things up a little bit. Again, we're looking for a 70% success rate for the individual student and for the program in general at your school. in order for our assessment to be viewed as being a successful one. The assessment form is really quite easy. I think all of you have seen this before, but if not, it asks for your name, the course name, the section number, etc. It also asks for the name of the high school that you are representing, how long the course takes place. The most important part is the second half of the page, where you'll see a space where it says indicate the learning outcome that we've identified from the syllabus that you measured this semester. That's the one we showed you. And as a result of the assessment, in a few sentences, relate how the students did. So you can literally just in a few sentences say, I had 5 students, I had 10 students, all of them hit at least 70% in the outcomes, something like that. If you have any questions, please email me at rbukoski. My last name is spelled Bukoski at pennhighlands.edu. Now let's speak for a moment about what new technology is out there, what kind of new research is being done in the arena of public speaking. Specifically, I'm talking about anxiety. One of the biggest problems we deal with in public speaking is, of course, anxiety. And now there's a study that says Alexa may offer some help as a coach. I thought this was a fascinating study and wanted to share it with you. It was published in February of 2020, and it came out of a group of researchers at Penn State. They wanted to find out if Alexa, as a conversational agent, could have an impact on self-reported anxiety levels of students in public speaking. A public speaking tutor on the Amazon Alexa platform was created. It enabled users to engage in cognitive reconstruction exercises. The study also investigated how the sociability of the agent might ultimately affect its performance as a tutor type of device. So this user study involved 53 college students at Penn State who had a self-identified fear of public speaking. It showed that the interaction with the agent served to somewhat reduce that pre-speech state anxiety.
The question is, what kinds of conversational agents do we need in this context? One of the key capabilities that conversational agents should have is social ability. In other words, the agents need to know when to take turns and how to respond in a socially appropriate manner. Previous research has shown that high sociability can lead users to perceive themselves having a closer relationship with the agent, which may lead them to accept the agent as a conversational partner. However, on the other hand, a higher level of sociability may also have its drawbacks. Social ability is a human-like attribute. For people who are suffering from social phobia, high sociability of the partner can bring pressure and trigger anxiety. The key may lie in their fear of being judged or evaluated, leading to negative outcomes.
Some of the interesting points on that video: sociability generally leads to positive outcomes. So we have to ask, would even putting students in small groups or some kind of breakout sessions on a conferencing app result in the same level of reduced anxiety? In this study, Alexa had to have a happy medium of sorts, if you will, between low sociability and high sociability.
A highly sociable Alexa did an additional self-introduction when greeting users. They used more empathetic expressions, such as "I understand how you're feeling now," or "I know how it feels." And they were more likely to use conversational feelers such as "well, let me see," in their conversations. Specifically, in the coaching section, we implemented a technique called cognitive reconstructing to help participants reduce their anxiety. The idea of cognitive reconstructing is to help people identify their negative statements about public speaking anxiety and replace negative statements with more positive coping statements. For example, when participants were anticipating a speech, they may have negative thoughts say, "What I say will probably sound stupid." Alexa would then teach participants to substitute the thought with a coping statement. "There is nothing to lose. It is worth a try."
It's important to note that this study did both quantitative and qualitative research. While quantitatively there was no significance seen, the qualitative aspect brought up some interesting results, however.
We also collected qualitative feedback from our participants. Results showed that participants perceived Alexa being effective in helping them overcome their anxiety and helping them organize their thoughts. In addition, several participants mentioned that they can practice talking without being judged. In terms of weaknesses, participants complained that Alexa responded to them like robots, and it was not able to provide them with personalized feedback. Also, because Amazon's setting, Alexa would automatically shut off when a user gave a long response or silenced for a long time, resulting in a less smooth interaction. Finally, some participants mentioned that the voice interaction made the information difficult to remember.
The final results indicate that Alexa or any similar type of device may have some value if a level of interpersonal closeness can be created between the student and the conversational agent. It might be a situation where we say, in some instances, at some times with some students, this could help. And we're always looking for different things that can help students.
Let's go back to our question at the beginning. Can we use smart speakers to deliver public speaking trainings? In our study, we do see signs of the effectiveness of Alexa being a public speaking coach. Given that several participants mentioned that they felt assured, comforted, and their confidence were boosted after interacting with Alexa. In addition, Alexa's sociability did not affect speech anxiety directly. Instead, building interpersonal closeness was the key. That is, if the conversation made the user feel the agent warm and close, it would lead to less anxiety. Moreover, high sociability was more likely to offer users a better interaction experience.
We also spent some time having a discussion of public speaking as an online focus, as many schools are forced to go online, of course. What is the form of delivering speech on Zoom? I had posed the question of delivering speeches sitting down in front of a computer, which is the way, of course, we conduct Zoom conversations and interactions and things like that. Is that appropriate for public speaking students to deliver speeches that way? And we had an overwhelming response from our participants in which they said no. They still felt that even though you're online, you need to stand up. The instructor needs to see you from about the waist up or so. We need to see the notes in your hands. We need to make sure you're not looking maybe at the computer for notes or at notes that are, somehow taped around the computer or something like that. We want you to have notes that are in your hand that you're working with, because that's what a real speech would be like. We encourage students to do things like simplify their slides when they're speaking in the Zoom world, just as in a normal, in-class presentation. Do tech prep in advance. Make sure you know how to use your technology. Set the scene. Dress appropriately, even though you're at home. Don't wear pajamas. Dress appropriately to do a good presentation. Light up your face correctly so people can see you. Make sure they can hear you well and only you. So try to, remove the other extraneous noises you might have in your environment. Take great pains to look them in the eye, which in this case means you are looking at the camera that's taking your picture, whether it be your phone, a laptop, or a video camera or whatever. And regularly work to re-engage your audience's attention. If it's hard enough to maintain a audience attention when you're in front of a class and giving a speech, it's got to be even more difficult when you're on Zoom. People can, be checking their email or have the volume down and talking to their friends or doing anything with a little bit more ease than perhaps they can pull off in a live classroom. So it's really incumbent upon the individual student to really work hard to engage the audience's attention. And that's it. That's a recap of our ACE meeting that we had in mid-November or so. If you weren't able to be there, we hope that this served as kind of a recap for you, that this can help you. I certainly want to give you once again my contact information. My name is Rick Bukoski. If you'd like to contact me, you can email me at rbukoski@pennhighlands.edu. And my office phone is area code 814-262-6493. because of the pandemic, I'm in the office less and less, and I'm at home more and more. That's my office phone number, but we have a system at our college which bounces any messages left on our office phone over to our personal phone. So either email me or call me, and I will do my best to get back to you just as quickly as I can. Once again, we want to thank you for being an ACE instructor. It means a great deal to us. It means a great deal, of course, to your ACE students that they're getting these credits while still in high school. And it's all because of you that they're getting this great head start, this great jump in college, which now during the pandemic might be even more valuable than ever. So thank you again. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me at any time. I hope the rest of your semester and the rest of your college year is a good one.